You're watching the Batter Fans Network.
Welcome everybody to Battered Heat Fans, episode number 51. I am Daniel Granada, and alongside me, as always, Mr. Daniel Solana. How are you doing, sir?
Doing great, man. Doing great. Hell of a win last night, but we got three more games on this road trip, and 1-1. We need a winning record on this road trip if we want to maintain our distance to the top teams in the East.
The Sacramento Kings suck. Like, there's no other way to put it. Like, they
But
needed
so
to
do
win
we.
this game. No, I don't think we suck. I think that's the problem with this team. I think the problem with the Miami Heat is that they don't suck, but they're not good. And that's like the worst thing you can be in professional sports. And I think that that's where they've been over the last 5 years, it feels like, right? They had that good run where they went to the NBA Finals, but they made it in as a playing team and they lost the first playing game. And they were, right, I think they were down to the Chicago Bulls in that elimination game late in the fourth quarter. So, like, they were almost out of the playoffs, period. And they ended up making it to the NBA Finals, which saved that season. But if you take that out of, like, if you forget about that, like, they've been a playing team for the last 5 years. But we're going to get into that in a bit. In general, the Kings suck, and the Heat need to win these games. The positive, right? Because I don't want to say that it's not important that they beat them because they lost to the Kings earlier this year in a game that they should have beat them. Like, everybody thought it's at home, it's the Kings, they suck, and then Zach LaVine like lit them up. So I'm glad that the Heat won because these are the games that they need to win. I'm glad that Bam had a bounce back game because he had 7 points the game before, and he had a rough start. I think he was like 1 for 4, I want to say, to start the game. So it was like a bad start to this game. You're like, oh my God, Bam's gonna have another fucking stinker. But then he turned it on. He had a better game. Khalil Ware missed the game, and the fact that Khalil Ware missed the game and the Heat were still able to get down 12 offensive rebounds. Khalil Ware is like the offensive rebounder for this team, and they were still managed to get 12 offensive rebounds. Pelle Larson did his thing on top of filling up the stat sheet. He pissed off DeMar DeRozan, which is always funny. Again, not too much to say about this game just because the Kings are that bad, but they bounce back, and that's what matters. In the win column, you get that one dub.
Absolutely, and not only that, we got to see Myron Gardner get some minutes. Jaime Jaquez was leading the second unit, and talking about offensive rebounds, he had 4. Pelle Larson had 3.
Mm-hmm.
So between those two, they had 7 out of the 12 offensive rebounds. Pelle Larson, I mean, we can't talk enough good things about him. Again, he had a fantastic game, 16 points, 9 assists, 6 rebounds. To me, he was the player of the game for everything that he did last night. And man, he has been unbelievable. One of the things that you and I have talked about, and we've mentioned it on the show before, is how great Pelle Larson is in the starting lineup versus how not that great he is when he comes off the bench. And we're starting to see that more and more as he starts to start more games. And last night was no different. And he was, to me, the player of the game.
Yeah, I could see that. Jaime Jaquez also playing had a good game, but I think Bam. I don't want to discredit or not discredit, but not give enough credit to Bam. Although it was a bad team, he came back. He had a good game. His stat line. What was his stat line? Um, he was 8 for 15, 4 for 5 from three. He had 25 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists. And I think my favorite part was that when DeMar DeRozan was going at it with Pelle Larson, Bam was the first one to step up and shove DeMar DeRozan out the way, which is always nice to see when the Cap goes ahead and defends his young guys. So I thought Bam did a great job, and I'm glad to see him stepping up and defending the young guys because I feel like teams need that sometimes.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. And it's always good to beat a team that has Russell Westbrook on it, right? I mean, that guy, the turtle, I love beating him, man.
Oh yeah, Russell Westbrook is Ja Morant, and that's who you wanted on this team, man.
No. It's a little bit different.
Nope. I think it's different because Russell Westbrook could average a triple double back in the day.
That's what I was gonna say. I mean, Russell Westbrook is a lot better than what Ja Morant is.
Okay. So we're on the same page on that one. So the game was great because you beat a bad team. Andrew Wiggins had a good game, 7 for 12, 19 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. just the overall solid game from everybody. Norman Powell, 22 points, 4 for 6 from 3. They shot a really good 3-point percentage. And I guess I don't want to keep going too far without bringing up Simone Fontecchio. Really, really rough go for over a month. Over the last couple of games, the shooting hasn't necessarily been where it was before, but he's been doing other things, getting rebounds, defending a little better, finishing at the rim. And now yesterday, the 3-point shot finally came back, 5 from 9 from 3. So, it's 7 rebounds for Fontecchio. So, if the shot isn't falling, find other ways to contribute so you can keep getting minutes, and then the shot will eventually come back. So it was good to see that he was finally contributing from the 3-point line, because that's where we kind of got accustomed to seeing at the beginning of the year.
Yeah, but let's be real. The reason he's playing is because the Heat are trying to showcase him to trade him, right? I mean, there's no way that he's getting this amount of minutes over some of the other guys on the team because, he hasn't been playing that well. I think the Heat are trying to feature him so that he could get some eyes on him and they can trade him eventually. And we need him to have games like the games that he had last night. I mean, we can go back and say Simone Ebagnate because he had 5 of 9. I mean, he was wet last night. And I mean, I don't know what else I could say about these guys. I mean, it's been so consistently inconsistent, Danny, that it's been so frustrating. Even before the game last night, we were texting and you were like, yo, tomorrow morning. And I was like, yeah, we're going to talk about another Heat loss. And you wrote me back, the Kings suck. And I'm still not convinced, man. I'm just
Mr. Optimism has lost all hope. That's when you know that the season's been really rough.
Yeah.
Well,
that's it, man.
Well, the Heat have the Portland Trailblazers after this, and that will be tomorrow night. Why did you give me that? And then they go to Utah, is it? I'll tell you right now.
Phoenix and Utah.
Yes, so they go Trailblazers tomorrow. Then they have the Jazz, and then the Suns to finish off the West Coast trip. So we have another date with Dylan Brooks, which will always be fun. And it's a back-to-back Saturday, Sunday. So we'll see. And then they have 2 days off before they play again on Wednesday against the Orlando Magic. So a tough 3 games. I mean, I don't know. How the Portland Trailblazers haven't kept up with the Portland Trailblazers this year?
Who cares? I mean,
they're like us. They're 22 and 22.
Oh, we're 23 and 21, so we're better than them. 1
game off. Yep. So we'll see. But again, hopefully, like you said, we got to finish this this road trip with a winning record. Hopefully, they finish 3-2. But regardless, we'll be back tomorrow. No, 2 days from now to talk about the Portland Trailblazers, and maybe we'll have an episode in between where we talk just the state of the Heat in general, because I think they're at a crossroad, and it's time to address it because the trade deadline is coming up soon. Any final thoughts there?
No, man, just a win that they had to get, and they got to beat Portland on Thursday. They have to. Portland is trash.
You didn't think they were going to beat the Kings?
I know, man, but I got to be optimistic.
All right, I feel that. All right, if you're listening on audio, please leave us 5 stars and a comment. If you're watching on YouTube, like and subscribe, and we'll be back on, when is that? Friday morning to talk a little Heat Portland Trailblazers. So until the next one, have a good one.